Welcome back to Power Director Made Simple. In the previous video, we looked at using the Slideshow Creator tool to create a slideshow using one of the regular templates. But the Slideshow Creator tool also allows you to choose from several different templates, all based on the theme designer criteria. And one big difference is that unlike the regular Slideshow Creator templates, the theme designer templates allow you to use video clips in addition to still photos. Now, the theme designer has been around Power Director ever since version 12, which was about 10 years ago. So you'd think the implementation within the Slideshow Creator would be rock solid by now, but it isn't. There are many glitches and mysteries to the user interface which are baffling and downright disappointing. Hey, but cheer up. The theme designer is only disappointing when used within the Slideshow Creator tool. There is another method of using the theme designer to create a slideshow, and that method is rock solid. In today's video, we'll look at the method that uses the theme designer from within the Slideshow Creator. And let's see if you'll agree with me about the dismal results. Let's first start with the Slideshow Creator, and we'll end up trying to use a theme designer template. I'll start Slideshow Creator as usual. I'll click on Import Your Photos. I'll click on Import Image Files. I'm going to select the first 10 and then click on Open. And then I'm going to click on Next. Now here's the place where we make that turn down a dark alley. I'm going to click on Picture Frames Theme Designer. This time I will not add any special music, but rather just use the default music for this template. I'll click on Slideshow Preferences, and as you can see, when using the default music, I have no choice about the duration. Apparently, it will be however long it takes for the template to display the 10 photos. I'll click on OK, and then Next. If I look at the ending position, the entire slideshow of just 10 images is 3 minutes, 29 seconds long. Now let's do the math on the calculator. 3 minutes times 60 is 180 seconds, plus the 29 seconds equals 209 seconds of total time. Divide that by the 10 images, and it's obvious that the template is taking about 21 seconds to display each image. That is way too long of a time. Let's click on the Customize button. This opens the current slideshow template in Theme Designer. But pay attention, because I'm going to show you some things that are just plain wrong, baffling, or confusing. All Theme Designer templates use what are called segments. They can be seen along the top row, but for some reason are identified at the bottom. The first is called the opening, and of course the last one is called the closing. In between those are the middle segments, numbering from middle 1 to middle 5, depending upon the template. Each of those middle segments will hold a varying number of images that are different for every template. As you look at the top row now, it appears that the first 3 middle segments look identical. As I select the first segment, it is identified as middle 3. The next segment is also identified as middle 3. In fact, all of the segments are identified for middle 3, thus the reason they look alike. The photos being used by each segment are shown just to the left of the preview window. Each has a different first and last photo, but the 3 photos in between are always the same. We can see that by clicking on different segments. In my slideshow, there are a total of 10 middle segments to display the 10 different images. As I play the video, notice that it initially shows 5 photos and then pans from the right to the left and then zooms in on the last image on the left side, which is the only new photo to be viewed in each segment. It will repeat the same exact imagery with the first two photos in every pan never changing, only the third one. Along the bottom edge is what looks like a timeline for the current segment, and blue diamonds that look something similar to keyframes. Now this time frame has no user functionality and no purpose for the user. The keyframes cannot be changed by the user. I have no idea why it is there. If you go to the opening or closing segments, sometimes there's a text box where you can change the text. However, you cannot change the font style, the color, or the size. But I will show you a trick later on how you can accomplish making a title the way that you want it to appear. For now, I'm going to delete all the text on the opening segment. I can manually change which photos are shown on each segment just by clicking and dragging it off to the side, and then dragging in any other image into its place. But the Slideshow Creator has already populated all my 10 photos, so I'll just keep things as they are and hit OK. I'll click on Next to go to the production step. Notice along the top part, the designer template never tells us how many photos were imported or actually used. To my knowledge, it will always use all of how many were imported, and the music will be adjusted accordingly. This is why we had no choice about the duration back when we clicked on the Slideshow Preferences button. I'll now click on Advanced Editing. As I play some of the video, notice how it keeps repeating the same middle segment that pans from right to left and then zooms in on the last image. Each segment takes nearly 20 seconds, and each segment introduces only one new photo. Now here is that trick that you can use to add your own custom titles. Remember that I deleted the text on the opening segment. This trick works on all slideshows, regardless of which tool or template you may have chosen. Click on Titles at the top menu, drag down any one of your choice to track 2. I'll choose the default title. I'll hit F2 to open the advanced editing mode. Either in the text box on the preview screen or in the upper left corner, I'm going to type in "My Trip to Hawaii." And then I'm going to choose a character preset or any other color and size that I want. I'll hit OK and return to the timeline. I'll hit play to see what that looks like. Now, one final word. Using the template designer through the Slideshow Creator has another problem in that it will occasionally lock up the program. Actually, change that word occasionally to frequently. So, if you insist on doing things this way, at least save everything as a project every few minutes so that you don't lose all your work. But I don't recommend using any of the theme designer templates through the Slideshow Creator menu. In the next video, I'll show you a much better way of jumping directly into the theme designer first to create a slideshow. And the results are much better. So thanks for watching, and be sure to hit like and subscribe to my channel.